covering Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
Good morning, everyone. It is right now 8 o'clock on your Saturday morning, and you are looking live right now from our Skyview 22 camera on top of the Homewood Suites on the river. Thanks so much for joining us here on WJCL 22 Morning News. I'm Emma Hamilton, and of course, our meteorologist, Melissa Hall. Might look gorgeous out there, Melissa, but it's chilly this morning.
Yeah, I call it a deceitful day. You look out the window and you say, oh, lots of sunshine. We're going to be nice and warm. No.
Not today.
No, not today. And you know, you probably don't even need to head out the door that cold. It's just coming in, and you probably feel it on that floor of yours this morning, coming in the cracks. Look at the temperatures right now. We got down to 33 in Savannah. That is a new, or actually it ties the record low for the coolest we have ever been on this day. Now, we've climbed a little bit, and you see some 40s out at the coast, but if we're in the 30s in Savannah, you know what that means for those inland areas like Statesboro and over near Metter. You have had those temperatures fall. Low 30s to start the day. Hinesville, you actually made it into the upper 20s. Now, no 20s right now, but still a lot of folks below freezing, and we have that freeze warning until 9 o'clock west of I-95. I'm going to show you some pictures here in a little bit. You hardly ever have to tell somebody, April, go grab your ice scraper for the car, because it is April. You don't think about it. Well, hopefully if you've already started planting some things, that you have covered them up overnight, because it is going to stay chilly for the next few hours. Now, this afternoon, it'll be milder. It's still going to be on the cool side, but we're going to have those temperatures trying to climb tomorrow a little bit better. Overnight lows again could dip into that frosty category, Emma, but we're going to see a much nicer forecast coming our way. I'll show you all of that here in a few minutes.
Melissa, thank you so much. Major League Baseball is moving this year's All-Star Game out of Atlanta because of Georgia's new voting law. Atlanta was preparing to host Major League Baseball's draft plus the All-Star Game for the first time in over a decade. However, that all changed yesterday. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred says the league has spent time talking to teams and current and former players before making this decision. He said, quote, I have decided that the best way to demonstrate our values as a sport is by relocating this year's All-Star Game and MLB draft. The decision comes in response to Georgia's recently passed laws that place new restrictions on voting. The new host city for the July 13th game has yet to be announced. The Atlanta Braves released a statement expressing their disappointment. They also said they will continue to stress the importance of equal voting opportunities. Our Stephen Moody has reaction this morning from Georgia lawmakers.
The Major League Baseball is pathetic. I think that's one of the worst decisions I've ever heard.
Conservative Congressman Buddy Carter is fired up.
Major League Baseball that has completely caved to the left. And here's America's pastime. And now they become nothing more than a political tool for the liberal mob.
Fellow lawmakers on the left see it differently. Senators Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock blame the law and the governor for this. Ossoff in a statement saying, quote, the governor and the legislature are deliberately making it harder for black voters to vote. Warnock added, today's decision by the MLB is the unfortunate consequence of these politicians' actions. Now, there's a fear that other businesses may do the same. Do you expect other companies to follow suit?
I certainly hope not. I hope other companies have a backbone. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in Delta Airlines and Coca-Cola. That's just ridiculous.
That was our Stephen Moody reporting for us this morning. Strong words coming from the congressman. Carter also told WJCL that he has a warning to the MLB and other businesses. He says Republican voters will not forget this. Meanwhile, Governor Kemp plans to speak about this issue today at a press conference at noon. Faith leaders in Georgia continue to push back against the state's new voting law. Bishop Reginald Jackson of the 6th Episcopal District AME Church saying we're at a very dangerous point in this country.
And so how much sense does it make if you pass legislation which is based on a lie? And I think the Republicans have to decide, are they going to deal with truth? Are they going to continue to fantasize over a lie?
He went on to say that those opposed to what the GOP is trying to do need to stand on truth and principle, and eventually there will be a win. Well, among the many claims being made about Georgia's controversial elections law, We have the facts for you. Head over to our website, that's WJCL.com, and check out this article here on President Biden and Governor Kemp starkly contrasting what exactly the law means in interviews from this past week. Well, we're learning more about the U.S. Capitol police officer killed when a man drove right into a security checkpoint. This as officials work to figure out what motivated the attack. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
At the nation's capital, a solemn night. A Capitol police officer is dead and another hurt after authorities say a man drove his car into a security checkpoint.
The suspect rammed his car into two of our officers and then hit the north barricade barrier. At such time, the suspect exited the vehicle with a knife in hand.
Police say the suspect lunged toward officers before he was fatally shot. Law enforcement sources identifying the man as 25-year-old Noah Green.
It does not appear that he is known to the Capitol Police or the Metropolitan Police Department at this time.
The two injured officers rushed to the hospital. One is in stable condition. But the officer, William Billy Evans, did not survive. He'd served 18 years in the force. A procession of police cars and motorcycles taking his body to the city medical examiner.
I just ask that the public continue to keep U.S. Capitol Police and their families in your prayers.
Flags at half-staff at the White House. President Biden, who's at Camp David, said in a statement he's heartbroken for the officer's family. Inside the Capitol today, this alarm sending the building into lockdown.
No entry or exit is permitted at this time in any building of the Capitol complex.
A stark reminder of the scene on January 6th, when a violent insurrection left 5 people dead, including a Capitol police officer. With Congress in recess, most lawmakers were not in the building today, but many staff members were.
This rips the scab off and continues to provide a level of uncertainty and worry about the workplace.
Now, D.C. National Guard deployed an immediate response force here to support the Capitol Police. Security here at the Capitol has been scaled back in recent weeks, including the removal of some of that fencing. But there are still more than 2,000 National Guard members stationed here in the city, which once again finds itself on edge. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Well, here at home, you may have noticed smoky conditions across Savannah yesterday. A controlled burn of the Savannah Wildlife Refuge caused some thick plumes of smoke that could be seen for miles across Chatham County. Officials do want to let you know that there is absolutely no need to worry. 4 mass vaccination sites are coming to the Lowcountry. The sites will open this week, but only for a limited time. Here's a map of where they'll be located. In our area, those 4 sites will be in Hampton County. The sites are free, open to anyone 18 years and older, and no appointment is necessary. Well, here's a look at the latest coronavirus numbers across Georgia. Nearly 1,200 people tested positive for the virus yesterday, and 64 people lost their lives. South Carolina added nearly 700 new cases and 5 deaths in its latest update. The latest numbers available from the state are from Wednesday. Well, good news for people who have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The CDC says you can safely celebrate Easter with your friends and family. If it's been 2 weeks since your last vaccine dose, you can safely gather indoors with other fully vaccinated people without wearing a mask. Those who are not yet fully vaccinated are still advised to stick to only celebrating with those people they live with. They can still gather, but should do so outdoors wearing a mask and, of course, staying 6 feet apart. The same goes for fully vaccinated people in public places. Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr is fighting the illegal sales of fake vaccination cards. He's calling on Twitter, eBay, and Shopify to help stop people from selling the cards on their platforms. In a letter to the company's CEOs, more than 40 attorney generals, including Carr, are asking that they monitor their platforms for ads or links that are selling blank or fraudulent completed vaccination cards. Take down those ads or links that are selling the cards and keep record of the ads and people who are selling them. Now, it's important to remember that real vaccination cards are given by providers when they administer the vaccine. On a fake card, people can add their own information, making it look like they've had the shot.
havoc just broke loose. Everyone just started coming outside. Everyone's packing their bags and stuff.
Guests kicked out and a resort shut down. Straight ahead, details on a Florida spa closing its doors on vacationers. Plus, a controversial Georgia representative back in the spotlight this morning, this time trying to eliminate Dr. Fauci's salary.